What's going on, Z Nation? You know who it is. The big time celebrity bodyguard. Working with all the big time celebrities. Shout out to those who've been showing me love and appreciate my success. And to all the haters, keep watching and keep hating. Also, the truth speaker, the guy that makes everybody mad, especially in the black community, especially because I talk about these black women. Everybody's afraid to call out these new age generation of black women. And I think it's sad that everybody's afraid to tell them the actual truth. And they know this, and this is why they behave in such manner. We see every other culture of women build families, build lives, build businesses, build relationships with their men. But for some reason, black women, they could care less about building anything. With black men, first of all, they're raised to be against us. That's number one. And this is why they go into relationships failing. They're already raised to be against black men. You see what I'm saying? Which is crazy because you're supposed to build with that person. You're supposed to build a life. You're supposed to build love, family, business, wealth. You're supposed to be fruitful and multiply like God says. But in our community, that's not how they're raised. It's not what they're taught. So now we have a generation of black women making excuses for why they fail at everything, why they're failing in relationships, why they're failing over and over and over again. Their relationships are not working. And I want to break down 7 reasons why they are failing in relationships. We're going to start off with number 1. This is one of the biggest ones to me. As I, talk to women, I talk to a lot of different women online. A guy like myself, I keep my options open, keep my eyes and my ears open because I'm seeing the game. I'm seeing what's going on with these new age black women. And, one of the biggest things I see that they do wrong, they don't want to fix themselves. They don't want to better themselves. It's everybody else but them. Every relationship they've ever had, it's always been somebody else, not them, which I do not believe that every single relationship, it was them. I don't believe it. They refuse to fix themselves as women. They refuse to self-reflect. And in this generation, there's a lot of narcissistic black women, and we're going to talk about that too. Extremely narcissistic, and that's another reason. But we're going to get into that in later videos and in later topics. But I want to talk about them not wanting to fix themselves and correct their behavior, work on their character, and fixing themselves from the inside out, admitting their traumas and admitting a lot of other things and taking accountability and taking personal responsibility. They refuse to do that. They think that everybody's supposed to just put up with their SHIT and, we're just supposed to just deal with it. And they wonder why they are failing. Black women are failing at relationships. Number 2, they have an unrealistic view on relationships. This is unrealistic view. You got women in their 40s with a bunch of kids talking about they want a man with money. You got women that are aging. A lot of you women are aging. If a man is rich and wealthy, he's going to go for a younger woman who is fit and feminine. He's not going to go for you older, masculine looking chicks with a bunch of kids. That's unrealistic view. You passed over all those good guys you could have built a life with. You passed them over. Okay, you looked over them. You made an excuse why you didn't want to be with these good brothers. You made an excuse why you wouldn't build a life and a family with these guys. You made an excuse, all the good guys that came your way, why you didn't want to build with them, but you slept with every low-life loser, and they got a bunch of kids, and now you in your late 30s and 40s talking about something. You want a man with money to help you be a stepdaddy and help you take care of all these bastard children. Unrealistic view on relationships. Okay, it's just unrealistic. They don't want to be realistic to see you done made too many mistakes. You got too many kids. And since you done put all those miles on your car, you have depreciated your value. Okay. And since you have depreciated your value with low level men, don't expect high quality men to want to come in and rescue you. It's not going to happen. But we live in a generation where they tell high quality men they need to spend their money and their resources on bastard children that are not theirs. Spend their money on children and put their legacy into something they haven't birthed, which is ridiculous. And a lot of high quality black men say, no, sir, I'm going to find me a fit, feminine woman. We're going to build a life. We're going to build a family. We're going to build businesses. We're going to build wealth. And I'm going to invest my money into her, into that family, not someone that's already and put 100 miles on it. So they have an unrealistic view on relationships. That's number 2. Number three. And they do this all the time. They have poor decisions in picking a mate. See, let me tell you why they have a poor decision. First of all, when a woman doesn't know her purpose, When she doesn't follow after the purpose that God has for her, she's going to make dumb decisions because she's thinking with her flesh. She's thinking on how she feels all the time. So she's going to go with a relationship that she thinks she can, how can I navigate or to benefit her. That's what she thinks. Instead of making the best decision for her and her mate, she's looking to make a decision just in her eyes on how she thinks she can make the relationship go. So they pick people and they pick situations. A lot of them grew up with no father figure, so they have a lot of insecurities and a lot of low self-worth. A lot of black women do. They try to act like they all that, but they really have low self-worth and low self-esteem. You'll see by who they pick as a partner, people they sleep with. You'll see how low self-esteem they have and how low self-worth. That comes from not having a father. But, they make poor decisions, and then we're supposed to feel sorry for them. They make poor decisions over and over and over and over again. They know this person's not good for them. They'll still get back in a relationship with them. They know this person ain't good for them. They'll still sleep around with them. They make poor decision after poor decision after poor decision instead of making the right decision, the best decision for them. They won't do that. They will avoid the good decisions. They always want what's not right for them. They always want what's bad for them. They always want something that's not going to, not going to elevate their life. And then they want to cry and blame everybody else, but they're making poor decisions. You're picking the wrong type of people. Okay, you're picking people that's not going to elevate your life. You're picking people have a horrible background as far as domestic violence, or they're just no good. He or she's a piece of trash. Because you got a lot of black women that they're failing at relationships with men and women. they jumping back and forth, and it still ain't working. The common denominator in all your failed relationships, men or women, because you hear that a lot now, women, they're dating men and women. The common denominator in all your failed relationships and poor decisions is you, ma'am. Is you. Like I said, they don't want to fix themselves. They have unrealistic views on relationships, and they make poor decisions in their mate. It's crazy. They refuse to make the right decisions that's going to help them in life. All right, now this Jezebel spirit that's going on. We have some of the most masculine black women on earth. Masculine. If you see any other culture of women, they're more feminine. They understand their role as a woman. They understand there's masculine and feminine energy. But in the black community, black women are raised to be men. They're raised to be masculine. They're raised to go against their men. Okay, so that's where the Jezebel spirit rises up. If you study the Bible, Jezebel, she didn't want to be a queen. She wanted to be a king. She wanted to be a man. She wants to wear the pants. She wants to dominate you. She wants to emasculate you. This is what she wants to do. She wants to conquer you as a man, not build with you as a man. And we wonder why high quality men are running from y'all. Don't know high quality, handsome man who is successful is going to want a masculine woman, and he has to constantly fight you for his manhood. Don't no man want that. That's a waste of time. There's going to be a woman with a woman that's feminine, take care of herself, take care of her body, take care of her mind. She knows her place as a woman, and she knows her power in her feminine energy. Okay, she knows her power, and she knows your power and your masculine energy, and she's going to combine those two energies, and y'all going to be a force to reckon with. Okay, that's the type of woman high quality men love, but not no masculine Jezebel to try to run everything. And what killed me about these new age black women is they want to be masculine Jezebels, and they have no control over themselves. They can't even manage their life. And you want to control and dominate somebody else. You haven't even took control of yourself yet. That Jezebel spirit is crazy. It runs rampant in the black community. So we have the most masculine women the world has ever seen. But like I said, they're raised to be men. They're raised to be against their men. So this is what we have to deal with, a group of masculine women. And if you notice, the majority of them, that's why they pick beta males. That's why they pick the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the John Johns. They pick the low-life losers. They pick the simps, the mama's boys, because those are men that can control, dominate, manipulate. They can, they can have them under their control and power for a certain amount of time until Pookie and Ray Ray flips out on them, beat them up, and shoot them. Or they just put a baby to them and they run. See what I'm saying? And it only lasts for a certain amount of time. But that masculine Jezebel spirit where they want to dominate everything, it's not working, man. High quality men are running from that as well. All right, number 5, they don't know their place as women, which goes along with the Jezebel spirit. But when you don't know your place and your purpose, that's another reason why y'all fail. You don't ask God, what is my purpose? First of all, you're put here to be a helpmeet. You're put here to be a helpmeet. You're put here to help your husband, help your men. You're put here to combine forces with your man. And you're also to help each other and build. Okay? God said be fruitful and multiply. They don't ever play. They want to be in the man's place. It's just sad. Sad. Nowadays, you tell that you can't. They do little or nothing for you and will complain. You'll do 90% of the thing. You do 90% thing for them. They'll cry about doing 5 or 10% things for you. Don't know their place as women. It's really sad. And when you don't know who you are and you don't know your place, you can't walk into your divine calling. You can't walk into your divine feminine. You can't walk into your power. You can't walk into wealth. You can't walk into healthy relationships because you're out of order. You don't know your place. You got to get in line. See, God has a certain order and a plan for relationship and family. There's an order to things. But when you have a group of women who are out of order, and they don't understand why they're cursed in relationships, you don't want to line up with what God has ordained for family and relationship, and you wonder why things are not working. It's crazy. They don't want to do it his way. They want to do it their own way and wonder why they're failing at relationships. Jumping from men to women, it doesn't matter. They're failing at it. It's crazy. Number 5, they don't know their place as women. Number 6, which coincides with a lot of other things I said in this, they refuse to build with men. They just want to use men. You listen to the music, all they talk about is using men, manipulating men. That's like the thing now in the black community. They just want to use them. And you wonder what you're thinking, like, okay, you just want to use and manipulate men, but you think that you're going to prosper. You think that things are going to go well with you. You think that, all that bad karma, you just using and manipulating men and making it and justifying why you're doing it. You think that you're going to have a bright, beautiful future and a beautiful relationship. No, they end up ran through. They end up broken on the inside. They end up hurt. They end up psychologically damaged. They end up messed up. They already messed up from not having a father. Then now you're messed up for making bad decisions in relationships. Now you're messed up trying to use and abuse men. And some of these men flip out on you. You try to use and abuse the wrong man, and he end up hurting you, like physically. I'm talking about. See, a lot of women get killed or beat up when a man find out, oh, you was just using me. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on. Go look at the news stories. A lot of women, a lot of men, especially when you target these weaker men, which a lot of black women do, like targeting weak men. A weak man is their favorite target because they feel like, they can, manipulate him, take from him and laugh with their girlfriends on how weak and how much of a sucker he is. They want a sucker. They don't want a good man, not black women. If you're a good man, they're going to try to use you for a sucker. That's it. And, it's crazy how they wonder why they just keep failing and failing at relationships. Number 7, which is the last and final thing. They think their vagina is gold. That's the crazy part. These women are ran through. You have all these multiple partners, and you talk about how much you cost. Your value has depreciated because all the miles you put on it. I don't care if you sleep with men and women, men. I don't care if you're sleeping around with multiple people. You're putting miles on your body. You are having soul ties with multiple people. You're putting a lot more psychological damage, and you're adding more baggage to who you are as a woman. So how is your vagina gold? You haven't saved your vagina for anything. You haven't preserved yourself. You haven't, you ran through. You haven't taken care of that area. That area has been run through by men and women. Nowadays, trust me, a lot of that's going on. Y'all know that a lot of that's going on. They're ran through by men and women. Everybody coming through getting a turn of that thing. But then you want to talk about how much it costs and how much gold it is. No, it's not. Because if your vagina was so gold, how come you are failing at relationships? How come if your vagina is so gold, how come none of your relationships are working out with men or women? If your vagina is so gold, why do you continue to fail? Because your vagina is not gold. And that's what a lot of women don't understand. Your vagina doesn't mean anything because you don't offer nothing. Men can get sex from anywhere now. You ain't the only woman on the earth with a vagina. Just not. And they place value on that where there is no value. They don't put value on a relationship on what they can bring to the table of a relationship. They try to tell you their vagina is gold and use men for their money to pay for it. They don't want to build with men. They want to be, how can I put it? They want to be living escorts. I'm going to talk about that later. Yeah, they want to be living escorts, living prostitutes. They just want you to fund their lifestyle. That's it. And your vagina is so good. None of y'all have husbands. None of y'all have healthy relationships. A lot of y'all just got a bunch of kids. A lot of y'all have multiple failed relationships. I'm your boy Zillionaire. This is 7 reasons why new age black women are failing at relationship. You watch every other culture of women, they thrive with their men. They're thriving in life. They're thriving in family and business and wealth. They're thriving. I gotta look at the Latinos and the Mexicans come over here. They're thriving. If you look at the marriage rate and the divorce rate, you'll see other cultures are thriving. You put the statistics with black women in the black community, you'll see how low the statistics is. 80% of them are single mothers with a bunch of babies by losers. They're having babies by all the same type of men. And then you want high quality men to come in and rescue you. It's not going to work. High quality men. They out of there. They gone. I'm your boy Zillionaire. Put your thoughts in the comments. You know I can care less about how you feel about what's true, because I speak nothing but the uncut, unadulterated, raw truth. I'm out of here. If you don't want to fix yourself, you don't know your place as a woman. You don't want to build with anybody. You don't know your divine feminine. You don't know what your purpose is in life. You don't want to do it God's way. Don't expect your relationships to be blessed. And I'm out of here.